Right, this is the first of a number of predicted papers I'm going to give you. We'll call this Edexcel. We'll call it higher 1, very high chance. Predicted paper 2. Let's check this carefully. This paper is a very good one. It's got some key topics in there, so let's see how you did. I'm just going to go at a steady pace, but I'm just going to put the answers up, because if you attended the sessions, you would have got the worked solutions. If you didn't, then you want to get yourself to blame. So here we go. This question here, you should have got either, in which city is the gold cheaper and by how much? In London it's cheaper by 6.60 euros, or if you did it in pounds, it would have been £4. It didn't say state what currency you got to give your answer in, so you can give one or the other. It's entirely up to you. Next question. Right here, the answer is 167 degrees for Y. It's an isosceles triangle. The bottom two angles are equal. If you look here, that angle corresponds with that angle. Opposite angles are the same. Angles in a triangle equal 180. So your key facts are alternate angles. Mention the fact there's an isosceles triangle there. Identified by the two lines there on the line saying they're equal. You should have got 1, 6. Next one. Pythagoras' theorem. Just check if you've got the hypotenuse. Yes, we have. So it's square, square, take away square root. If you've got the hypotenuse, you always square, square, take away square root. You would have squared 20, took away the square of 6. When you got your answer, square rooted it. The answer you should have got right here is 19.1. Next question. A good question this. Here we go. Speed times distance. Make sure you recall the triangle. Distance, speed and time. Just remember distance at the top and you'll be fine. So car travels 240 kilometers. That's my distance. 3 hours 20 minutes. Now I divide by time, but I've got to be careful here. I know 3 hours is 3. This is how you turn. They're giving me an answer here, but they haven't explained it. So if you want to turn minutes into hours, you divide the minutes by 60 to get your answer in hours. So the answer will be 0.3 recurring. If you want to turn hours into minutes, you times by 60. Just remember that. So 3 hours is there. 20 minutes is 0.3. So we add that to that. We get the 3.3 recurring. 240 divided by 3.3 recurring is 72. Best Buy, it's got to turn up. So here we go. The answer here is 215 can is the best value. They've done it cost per gram. I can show you a way that shows you cost per unit. So 215 grams divided by 40. Here we go. You get an answer per penny. So this will tell you how many grams you get per penny. If you got this one, 395 divided by 74. Here you get how many grams per penny. Obviously, the more grams you get per penny is the better buy. So we get the same answer. It'll be 215 can. This next one's a great question. The highest common factor of two numbers is 5. And the lowest common multiple to it is a multiple of 12. That means it'll be a multiple of 12. It'll be a number in the 12 times table. So you can give either one of those as your first number, 5, because the highest common factor 5 is 5. And if you go up in the 12 times table, you'll see that 60 appears. So I can use 60. Or you could have given 5 and 120. 7. Now this question is wrong. I've had a quick look at this. This is wrong. So don't worry about that. A rugby match, the ratio of children, so that's children to adults. Children is the 2-part, adults is the 3-part. We got 6,000 children, so I'll just put 6,000 there. If 6,000 is 2 parts, if I divide the 6,000 by 2, I'll know that 1 part is 3,000. So 3,000 times that 3 gives me 9,000. I know there's 6,000 children, 9,000 adults. It says the price, the child ticket costs a quarter of the adult. So a quarter of 8, do you want to work out a quarter of 8 on the calculator? It's easy. Divide 8 by the bottom of the fraction, which is 4 times by the top. I get £2. So there's £2. £2 times 6,000 children is £12,000. 9,000 times 8 is 72,000. Add those together, should have got an answer of £84,000. Next question. Nth term of a sequence. Just check what the numbers are going up or down in. Here they're just going down. in threes. There's 2 missing spaces. I'll just fill this in. It's not asked for this. -2 minus 3 is -5. Do it on your calculator. -5 minus 3 is -8. It says the nth term, so the numbers are going down in 3. So I do -3 next to n. I put a 1 above the first number. I'm going to substitute n for +1. -3 times 1 is -3. What do you do to -3? To get to +10, you need to add 13. You can write it in this format or that one. Next one says work out the 50th term. So n is 50. -3 times 50 on your calculator is -150. And you add 13 to that. You should get an answer of -137. These are coming up more and more. So there's no axes there, so I'll quickly show you how to do this. Straight line graph. Use your calculator for questions like this. So it says you've got to draw your own table in. It's already done it here. So x and y values from -2 to +2. Always start at 0. So x is 0. 4 times 0 is 0. -5 is -5. 4 times 1 is 4. -5 is -1. 4 times 2 is 8. -5 is +3. Now use the calculator for this part. X is -1. 4 times -1 is -4. Minus the 5 gives you -9. -2 times 4 is -8. -8 minus 5 gives you -13. Now just check. My biggest value is 3 on the y-axis and my smallest is -13. So you just got to cater for all those values here. They've gone up in 2s with 0 there. That's fine. And this way you've got to make sure you've got every value from -2 to +2. You plot the points, straight line graph all the way through the paper. That should be fine. 10. Equation of a line. Now the answer's here. Let me quickly show you what you do. You literally find a point there. So we know that y equals mx plus c. Let's work out c because it's right there. It's where it's called the intercept. The line crosses the y-axis. We know it's +1, so it's +1 on the end. Y equals, you just got to find the gradient. Pick a point bottom left of a square and top right of a square to kind of form a triangle. It's the y difference divided by the x difference. So we know the y difference is 1 and the x difference is 2. We know we got a half. It's a positive gradient because it's going left upwards to right. So it's going to be half x. Next question. Trial and improvement. I don't have to mess about with this. Just you've got to remember you go in between the middle two values. So we got 2 low, 2 high. We got 5.2, 5.3, do 5.25. If the answer is higher than what you're looking for, round down. If it's smaller, which it is in this case, you round up 5.3. Get ready for this. Pie charts. Pie charts, what you do, a pie chart is always out of 360. You always divide 360 by the total of your frequency. Here it's 18. You'll get an answer. Here it's 20. That's 20 degrees. So each one of these values is worth 20 degrees. You times each one out by 20. It's 60, 80, 220. Plot it out, fill in the values. That's a completed pie. Scatter graph says here. Complete the scatter graph. It tells you in the question first 7 points are done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You plot the last 3. If you look, a full square is 2. You just divide whatever the full square value is by 10. You get 0.2. They're going across to the right. Each square is 0.2. The full one here is 20. 20 divided by 10 is 2. They're going up in 2s. So 7 and 70. 5 and 60, 8 and 86 right there. Line of best fit for the next part. It's a positive correlation, which is straightforward. What's it asked me? Line of best fit, which is done, 4.5. So if you're going to specify the 4.5, you come up where it hits the line, read across it. Don't forget the numbers are going up in 2s. Roughly, you should have got an answer specified here around 56. You can be a square either way.